was detained without a trial. Mama Aida came to our office when I was a very young lawyer, and when she shared her story with me, I took up the matter and made representation to the detention committee then. So I've served Kenyans from Marindi to Rokichogio, from Nyeri to Milimani, without caring whether they come from this region or the other, without caring about their status, and Kenyans feel safe in my hands. They don't ask me whether I come from Meru, therefore I should not render service.
My name is Junet Mohammed. I'm a member of this committee and a member of representing Suna East constituency. I want to put, he's a lawyer, he has put it in legal. I want to put it plain to the judge.
No,
Judge, this House of Record is good. You dispense it off with it once and for all. There is talk and rumor that you are a feminist and you hate men. Please clarify that.
I can state publicly that I follow the dictates of the Constitution, of the statute. I can never operate outside the Constitution. I do not hate men. As a matter of fact, I've been married for the last 5 years. I got married when I was very young. I went to the University of Nairobi when I was already married, so I know how difficult it is to balance a family and balance education. But I'm so proud that I graduated with a daughter. I graduated with a husband who has remained my dear partner and compatriot all these years. So I support families. All my life I have worked for families. A question was raised about a case that I'm said to have given a custody of a child ex parte. And I remember that case. It is when I was in Kitare. It was an interim order. A magistrate had ordered that the children be given to the father. The father had separated with the mother for some years, several years, like 3 years. Then the mother died. The children were left with the maternal parents and aunties. The father went to court and said he wanted custody of the children, and he was given. But the children refused to go with the father. When he went for them, they refused. And therefore now, the family, the maternal family, came to court to seek for an order of stay, saying that the father needs to familiarize himself with the children slowly, and then establish a relationship, and then he can have the children. I'm an advocate for children. I know children need both parents. I am the last person who would deny a father the responsibility of taking care of the children. And I remember this case vividly when the father came to court and I had read the file. I asked him whether he has been to see the children in school, whether he has been to see them in the maternal parents' home, and he said no. It was in the morning. I said, take some time with the children, go have tea with them, and start a conversation with them. Come in the afternoon, I'll deal with the matter. In the afternoon, he didn't turn up in court, so I issued an order of stay. He was supposed to come back to court or appeal. He didn't do that. So I'm the last person who would deny a father parental responsibility. We are pleading with fathers to take parental responsibility so that a child can have a balanced upbringing. And what I would like to assure this august house is that when I look at a case, I don't look at it whether it's a woman, it's a man. I look at the facts of the case. I look at the Constitution. The Constitution says we always consider the vulnerable groups, and the women are marginalized, and they are vulnerable sometimes. So you need to look at them so that you look at the issues of, are they being disinherited simply because they are women and because we have this conception that women are not supposed to inherit in many of our cultures. Are they being denied their rights within the matrimonial home? But I also look at men. I have decided many cases where I have declared rights for men. One case that stands out is a father who wanted to throw out his 5 sons from his shamba because he said they are grown men, they ought to have their own places. And I refused. I dismissed the case. So I am a judge who looks at both men, women, children, the society at large, and Kenyans who feel very safe. If I am privileged to be confirmed, my appointment to be approved by this august house, I can state publicly that I follow the dictates of the Constitution, of the statute. I can never operate outside the Constitution. I do not hate men. As a matter of fact, I've been married for the last 5 years. I got married when I was very young. I went to the University of Nairobi when I was already married, so I know how difficult it is to balance a family and balance education. But I'm so proud that I graduated with a daughter. I graduated with a husband who has remained my dear partner and compatriot all these years. So I support families. All my life I have worked for families because I know the family is the background of the society. And if we protect the family, then we have protected the whole society, because those people leaving the family will be empowered to go out there and make a living when there is no violence in the family, when there is only encouragement and love in the family. If I'm approved, I hope to use this power of convening as the Chief Justice to speak to the families that we need to bring up our children, we need to protect our children, we need to empower our...
Point of order, Chair. I didn't wish to interrupt the Lady Justice, but you know this is a public forum, and is it in order that members twice foot stamp a member that they are actually interviewing? This is a public interview, so I think I wanted to ask whether that is in order.
I says
If she's giving the correct answers, what do we do?
well, it has not. I've also had applauded you when you asked your question. So don't worry about this. It's a small affair. So,
from what has become commonly known as revisit to the judiciary. I'm sure that is in it's in public knowledge about we will revisit. How do you intend to protect the judiciary from that notion?
Thank you, Honorable Member, and I still return to the Constitution that guarantees and secures and protects the independence of the judiciary. No one can take it away. No one can interfere. No one can tell judges how they are going to decide cases. That is written here in the Constitution. And if I'm privileged to be approved, I think we can even make it into small booklets to say this is the independence of the judiciary. These are the no-go zones that are already safeguarded in the Constitution. And if anybody tries to do anything that is against the Constitution, they know very well they are contravening the Constitution, which is not around. When it comes to interdependence, we will also sit at a round table and agree the areas of interdependence, so that when the Chief Justice is seen having a cup of tea with His Excellency the President or the Speakers of the August Houses, it is not that we are discussing a case. We are discussing the administration of justice. We are discussing access to justice. We are discussing funding for the judiciary, which is a shared responsibility. Thank you.